Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for being with me again. Uh, Going back into, I guess, there's ideas that I have are book adjacent, but they're connected to it. I don't necessarily talk about them in it. I may, talking to someone right now about revising the book. It's been a couple of years, and even when I was writing the book, I wasn't happy about how little I put in the improv section towards the end, but I was just so exhausted because I said, like, I was writing this book while I was running mail for the U.S. Postal Service. So it was pretty difficult undertaking on my end because like I'm not a writer. I didn't know what I was doing. I just had to get this idea out of my head. But going into that, it's about education. I think something that will be important to this if we go down this path of self-actualization is changing the way we educate our little ones, like in the schooling systems. It's like we break them up into classrooms because we need to have them in small chunks. But when we break them up into those chunks, why don't we test the kids first to see how is it that they learn instead of pretending that everybody should just learn the same way, and if they don't learn the same way it's their failure. Why don't we create a system where we figure out, well, okay, this group of 30 kids, they're all audio learners. This group of 30 kids, they're all practical learners. Okay, this group of 30 kids, they're all just whatever kind of learning method they have. So just because I mean, it's not that many learning methods we would have to do. I mean, there'd be a few, but still, to find out what is the best way these youths absorb information naturally. Because I mean, we're the same, but we're different. If we find out what the different is, put them all together and start teaching that way, I think it would be much more beneficial to our educational system. Because I'll say for myself, I was a terrible student. I mean, I went to summer school every year, CD student. I sucked. But the reason being was that, I wasn't built for that learning style. I need to be in motion when I'm learning. I'm not good at sitting still when I'm learning. It's just how my mind works. Even when I was writing my book, it was difficult for me to first start writing because I couldn't sit still and write. I had to literally put like a chest of drawers dresser up against a treadmill, build a little swivel on top with a platform that can turn out just a ways in front of the treadmill, and type while I walked because I could think, because I'm a pacer. When I'm pacing in my circle, I can think all day long and all these ideas come out. But the moment I sit down to type, it was just blank. Everything shut off. So my medium was writing this book while I walked. And well, not this book because I'm a little better by the time I got this book. This is how I first started writing it, way back in the day. But it's what I needed. And like I said, if I had someone had tried to figure out how I learned as a child and grouping with those kids and gave me a teacher that taught that way, I think I would have been a much better student because I'm a great learner. I absorb a lot. I read all the time because I'm mainly an audiobooker because I need to be doing stuff while I'm listening. So if I was raised that way with around kids that taught me that way or learned that way rather, I think I'd be better off than I am now. But now I'm just pretty much just cast off of society because I don't fit the mold. I always get tossed away, but I'm used to it. I just think there's more. We fail ourselves in that way. Instead of trying to figure out how we can make a better species, how we can grow into something more, we just try to serve the ones with the most money, make more cattle for them to get their money, and then throw whoever away we don't like. And I think it's a sad way to live, especially when we do it on the scale of nations. Because if you don't think we don't throw nations away, you're crazy. We do terrible things. It's like now should be the time to change. Now we can learn. We can grow into a better species. It's just, do we want to? And sometimes I'm worried that we don't. Because it is. It's easier to do nothing. And nothing is what most people do. This is not the path of nothing going down this road. This is the path of something. It's building something more. So it's going to take a lot. It's going to be mentally and emotionally excruciating at times. But I think it's worth it. Like I said, it was a hard path for me. But it's like I wouldn't want to go back. I don't want to go back to being what society wanted me to be. It's just common. I don't know. I feel like I lost my train of thought on this one. I will say, I do want to change things up in the next series of videos. I want to do serials because I did it when I initially started out, the Stanislavski system and stuff like that. I talked in the 1 minute videos, but now I'm doing like 5 minute videos. I'm going to restart it again. So I want to break down more into that to get back into these actual exercises instead of just talking about them. Like it's been a lot of just trying to prime the idea because I'm trying to learn how to say it too. But I'm working. Thank you again. I hope you have a lovely day and I appreciate your time.